How you doing out there, folks? Yes, it's me, Frankie, the unknown songwriter. Yeah, I think this was a good time to make another video about different things. It's things you might be interested in and maybe not, because I've been kind of busy here. I'm staying in a lot, like everybody is, I guess. The holidays right now, people still are going to be traveling. Not like it was before, but right now, yeah. So I got a comment here. This guy must have saw one of my songs, and he commented that it's not Al Jolson, it was Billy Murray, and the song was "It's a Grand Old Flag." So I looked it up and I said, he's right. It was Billy Murray. But I was doing so many Al Jolson songs at the time, I put down Al Jolson, but it wasn't, so I corrected it. And I told the guy I appreciate his comment. Comments like that is good. I mean, because I found mistakes myself. Doing all these songs, I was looking up Frosty the Snowman, pretty recently, I said, well, let me look up Burl Ives, because I know he did a lot of Christmas songs. I looked it up, Burl Ives, Frosty the Snowman by Burl Ives. And it came up, and I played it, and I said, that's not Burl Ives. That's Bing Crosby. And I looked up a couple other versions, and it was the same thing. So evidently, somehow, they got Burl Ives mixed up with Bing Crosby. I put a comment, but I don't know if they could change it, Either just change the name from Burl Ives to Bing Crosby. I don't know who's ever has that account. So I found in myself mistakes, and and that was a pretty big mistake, I think, if whoever did it or however it happened, it does happen. So then I got another comment. Don't I do anything else but the songs? So evidently this viewer, he sees how many songs I'm doing. He realizes he might not have been looking if every day there's songs. They're new songs, but they're really old songs. They're new songs for me to do, but they're of older singers, old singers. So he said, well, how can you do all that every day? Don't you do anything else? I said, I contacted him. I told him, yeah, I do. I have a lot of things to do. It's just that I know how to plan my time out. Like in the beginning, I was doing the songs and I was uploading them. Doing the songs and uploading them. Now I'm doing a lot of songs at one time, and then I maybe only upload 10. Say I did 21 songs in one day. It takes time like it does to do this video. So I figured 3 times 7 is 21, so I'll do 7 a day maybe, just so I'll do 3 days worth, in case I don't have time to do the songs. Another reason, I explain what I'm saying here, I explain to this guy in the comment. I do get up early, really early. I'm talking about 3 o'clock in the morning. I might go to bed 10, 9, it depends how tired, I am. When I wake up, I eat, I shave, shower, all that, and then I say, well, it's still early, I'll start on the songs, and then I'll do a bunch of songs. And it's still early. It might be maybe only 6 or 7 in the morning, and it's still early, so I can do other things then in the day. I could go shopping, where I wouldn't, I can go early shopping. I do that all the time. I go real early. Where I go, it's open 24 hours. I'll go at 6 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes I've done the songs, and then right away go shopping and come back. Well, it takes a couple hours. So I could do all that. It's still maybe only 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's how I'm able to do all these things. So that's why I put I guess it is a lot of songs. I mean, when you figure over 300 songs a month, and I'm doing this is like the 9th month I've been doing this. It's a lot, but not in itself the way I do it, the way I plan it out. It's not. Because if I can only store maybe 40 songs at a time in the tablet I'm using. So if I put 10, I won't put 10 more, because I would maybe want to do 20. So I'll wait till I upload 20 in 2 days, and then I might do 20 more. And I'll just keep a bunch of songs there. So whatever I have to do, I look ahead. I had to go to a clinical trial yesterday that I'm on, for the COVID-19. To get the second needle. And I'm always worried where I live at that the driver won't find it, This time, they have their own drivers, this company, but this time they used Lyft, and the woman called me from the office and told me he's going to be texting you. So I said, okay. I start getting text, and I can't see it. I'm outside in the daylight, and I can't even read what he's saying. So I called the office, and I left a message and told him where I was, the location, and he came there, the driver. If you want to hear a coincidence, you're not going to believe this. I don't know the driver, but he knew where the place was when I, left the message. He lives in the next building to me. There's 3 buildings where I'm at. He's in one of the buildings. I said, oh, man. For that to happen, he's a young guy, too. He was nice. But he didn't take my temperature. He just told me I had to sit in the back. I had the mask on and all, so a little different than he just took me directly there, I've gotten those rides before from Lyft and Uber, but this is the first time on the pickup that I got a Lyft driver. That's why I worry about where I'm at, because I have a hard time finding it, if they don't know the city, so I was relieved. And when I was talking to him, a lot through the ride's about an hour. I was talking to him, and I asked him about the songs and all, and the singers. He said he's not on the computer that much. I told him that I'm doing these songs. I mentioned that I was doing Petula Clark. He never heard of her. I mentioned a couple other singers, and I mentioned Frank Sinatra. He said he heard of him. I mean, he's only like 20 years old. Maybe he met 25. Everybody's young to me, of course. So he never heard it, but he heard of Frank Sinatra. Yeah, he said the Rat Pack and all. He knew about him, but he didn't. Frank Sinatra was around when I'm doing all these singers. It was the same time period, but that's why when I'm doing all these recordings, because a lot of people never even heard of the singer, so they might listen to see what it is. I've done some of the newer ones too, so it's about the same. I mean, the views that I get. I do want to thank everybody for the views and all. I appreciate it. I like it, to see that people are, viewing what I'm doing here. You don't have to look at me performing, as I say. You can just listen to the song. The song is not being changed. I'm not changing nothing about the song. It's not like I'm singing it. I mean, I have done something like that. But I'm just recording the song and you're listening to it. But since me doing that, the way I do it, I jump around and all that, I'm excited and I feel good about it. So that's why I'm doing it, and these comments is just, it's good. I don't really, like I said, get that many comments. But that one with this guy, because he was younger, that drove me to the clinical trial, it shows me why, because the younger people are just not going to know these singers. They just don't know who it is. They never heard of them. So that's one of the reasons why, I know the audience that I have is older people like myself. So I appreciate that they listen to it, and maybe there's songs that they haven't heard by these singers. And, again, like I'm going to be doing, right now I'm doing a lot of Petula Clark. A lot of her songs. Well, Downtown was her main song, one of them. She has a lot of hits, and she's still, I mentioned this before, she's still singing. She's 88. She's still singing. I'm glad to hear that. Maybe she'll get one of my songs. That would be nice at her age and my age for her to get one of my songs that I wrote over 40 years ago. Maybe if I can get a hold of her and see, maybe she might. You never know what could happen. So I still have hope to get one of my songs out there. So back to Petula Clark. I mean, God, I'm going through her songs. There's so many. I'm probably going to end up doing about 50 or 60 of her songs. There's just so many of them, all different kinds. I mean, she's done them in the foreign languages. And I just did one. It was I Will Follow Him. She did it in 4 languages on the same song. 4 languages. I'm going to try to do it here. Because a lot of people asked me before, do you know French, Spanish, German, and all, Italian? No, I am Italian, but I don't speak it. None of the languages. I do the same thing. I do memorize them. It's not easy with these foreign ones, though. It's hard to do. Now I'm going to do I Will Follow Him by Petula Clark. And it's in 4 languages. you'll be able to tell. Plus, she's a female singer. That's another thing. So in this one, I'll be doing the female singer, plus the song is in 4 languages. So you can listen to it. If I don't know if you're going to understand it unless you understand. If you were French, you'll understand the French part, and if you're Italian or German, you'll probably listen to it. But I thought I would do one. If I'm going to do a song at the end here, let me do one with 4 languages. I've done a few of her songs in French though. Since I'm doing all her songs. But this time it's going to be 4 languages. Listen carefully. I don't know how this is going to come out. Okay.
Follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, or mountain so high it can keep me away. I must follow him. Ever since he touched my hand, I knew that near him I always must be, and nothing can keep him from me. He is my destiny. I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes I follow forever and ever, and side by side together I'll be with my true love and share 1,000 sunsets. Si tu veux de moi t'accompagner au bout des jours, laisse-moi venir près de toi sur le grand chariot de bois et de toile. Nous nous en irons du côté d'où montera le jour, dans les premiers reflets du ciel, avant la chaleur du soleil, sous la dernière étoile. La plaine n'aura plus de frontières. La terre sera notre domaine. Que j'aime ce vieux chariot qui tangue. Wunderbare Zeit, leider morgen schon Vergangenheit. Warum muss der Abschied denn sein? Warum lässt du mich nun allein, so allein? Wunderbare Zeit, doch mein Herz bangt vor der Einsamkeit. Wohin soll ich ohne dich gehen? Wird alles noch einmal so schön? Wird ich dich wiedersehen? Adio, 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 dich locken fremde Sterne und Linde so ferne, und heißt es auch adio, 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 es trennen keine Sterne, noch Linde so ferne. Verrai con me sul mio carro tra le